Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Dawn at Scrapbook Sage. I'm so excited. I've got some fun, really fun things to share with you today. I've got two journals I'm going to share with you and a quick tip on something, on a mistake that I made, and I came up with something really pretty as a result of that. So this is going to be a design team share of Carolyn Crafttree's Royal Azure kit. I have made a few journals with that kit. I've already gifted one of those journals, and she inspired me so much. I had made my own kit, and it's on my second kit. So I have paired the second journal with my kit that had inspired me. But before I worked on that kit, I made this journal here. So I will go ahead and share both of these with you. And but before that, I wanted to show you some of the pictures from the kits. I don't have them all printed because I used most of them, but I have a few printed. And I also wanted to share with you a little something that had happened that ended up being a pleasant surprise in the end. So here are just some of the pictures of Carolyn's kit. They are beautiful. This is just a piece of, I had checked my pen here on this paper, so that's not normally there. But she's got beautiful envelopes, beautiful ephemera. And like I said, these are the leftovers of her kit that I hadn't used. This is one of her pages here. And then what had happened is I had gotten a new cartridge for my printer. I forgot to take the tape off, and I was so excited I printed her kit without looking at it. And before I printed it up, before I looked at it, I realized, oh, or I didn't realize, they had printed up in black and white. So this is her kit in black and white, and it has some stunning images. Look at that. That is amazing. So I took this image and this one and colored them in with my pens. And I will point those out to you in my second journal. But and I also colored this one as well. So sometimes happy mistakes happen. I'm just going to go through and show you her kit in the black and white because it is just really pretty in the black and white as well. So I had colored in a lot of these. Like this is, let me see. So look how stunning these are. You've got the page in her blue, in her beautiful royal blue, where she calls it Royal Azure. And then there's it in the black and white. And so it was this one that I colored, and I will show you those in a minute. Anyways, just so you know, if you end up making a mistake, you could still use the pages by using your pens. And you can get some really, really cool pieces of ephemera out of modifying those. So, and I will point those out as I go through the book. But I just wanted to show you that that is something that had happened to me. And I will, sometimes those mistakes happen and you end up getting something really dramatic. And I feel like that turned out to be really dramatic. So the first kit, like I said, I made two of these. I had made two journals. They were small journals. I have a local shop who wants to have like $10 journals. So I had made two journals. And then a really good friend of mine, it was her birthday. So I ended up gifting her one of the journals. And Carolyn's kit is so robust. It has so many beautiful things in it. Excuse my pen. My hands have ink on them from the pens. But anyways, her kit is so robust. I didn't feel like a small journal did her kit justice. So, and I do like to make the 3 signature journals as well. So, but anyways, this is her kit and it's a little bit more playful. I mixed it with one of Lindsay Zenner's collections, and I kept it pretty simple since the price point is going to be a little bit more limited. I did some inking. I used some blue paper, And her kit pretty much brought me through. I tend to take one page. I take one page and print another page on the back side. So this is Lindsay Zenner's Light the Way kit. But you guys know I use Lindsay Zenner all the time. She has such a wonderful library of resources. It's hard not to use them. So you're welcome to check out her site. But really, this is Carolyn. Look at this beautiful map with the lace there. Carolyn did such an amazing job with her kit. I love this little coin envelope here. And this is her page with memories. I didn't have a full page of that, but this has memories on one side and the other side is over here as well. I'll point it out to you when we get there. But it is a beautiful journal page there. Here's another little coin envelope. I love how she did like these little fabric boards. Sort of looks like a little bulletin board that I have hanging up in my office. And this is another one of Lindsay Zenner's pages. But look how pretty this is, the little stamp there. And I love that she did a paper clip. I'm sort of into clips right now, so that's a lot of fun as well. My coffee dyed paper, Cherish. Let's see. I'm not sure which kit this is from. It's pretty though. And what else? This is another one of Caroline's. Now in this book, you'll notice I didn't go through and ink the edges. Like I said, the price point for this book in the store, they wanted to have $10 books. So I went ahead and made a journal with really just to keep at that lower price point. But look, it came together so quick. It was so much fun to do that. So, and then I just had this little headband and I did some beads here. And that is a sweet little journal. So that is one look that you can get. You can, if you're somebody who, this would be a great kit. Like if you had some gifts you needed to do for thank you gifts for teachers or nurses, and you wanted to do 3 books, you could probably do that with Carolyn. 2 to 3 books really easy like this with Carolyn's kit. You saw the page of it. I think I don't want to quote wrong exactly how many pages she had. I just felt like, gosh, there's so much to do here. Like I did those 2 journals and had leftover pages and ephemera. So I think depending on how you spread things out, that's very possible and what you pair it with. Now this is the journal that I made, and after working on her kit, I wanted to do a blue kit, and I have made a journal kit myself called Albany Blues. I was sort of thinking of New York and everything that was going on with COVID. I have family out in New York, and it just seemed to be, the timing just seemed to line up to make a kit with that theme. And it really was Carolyn. Her kit was just so romantic and so sweet and nostalgic. I sort of wanted to add to that idea, so I did. But before I go forward, let's see which one she had. So I wanted to show this again. This is one of her beautiful women. And I colored it with my TB9 Spectrum Nior pen. And then the gold areas I highlighted with just a gel pen. And I came up with this, and it came out like this. So it's a little bit deeper blue than her blue, but it came out really stunning. And I was able to color her necklace and stuff a little bit more. So hers is this more electric blue, or pretty much it's a royal blue. And this is more like a navy, like a midnight navy. I had colored one of the butterflies as well with my pens. I've colored these this one throughout in the book as well. So you'll see both. Like you'll see her kit that wasn't colored, you know, just her natural blue, royal blue azure ephemera pieces through the kit, and some that I colored from the black and whites. So those were a lot of fun, and I will point those out more. So I used another headband for this book as a closure, and I have attached one of the jumbo clips that my husband makes. He 3D prints these, and I colored them on both sides. You can tell my inks, the ink from this when I was coloring it got on my fingers, but there's blue on this side and there's green on that side. And I just thought it was really pretty with the book, and it looks really pretty with the headband here. So this is a 3 signature journal. There you go. And what I used for the cover is upholstery fabric. And I have a friend of mine who had gifted me some upholstery fabric, and I've been able to use it for journal covers, and it has been really fun. They are samples, so they do have like paper here, and then so when you pull them up, there's like leftover glue and stuff. So one thing that I did to sort of remedy that, you'll see sort of the pieces from gluing things down, the glues there. I just took one of my Spectrum Noir pens, and I sort of drew little flowers. I just doodled flowers in the back, and it sort of gives that look. So there are ways that you know, I could have glued other paper on here and done a collage. I love this color and just the feel of this upholstery fabric, and everything went together so well. I wanted to keep things really clean, lined on the outside. It just was coming together so neat as far as structurally. I didn't pull the signatures through the cover. I did a blind signature piece here. So this is glued down really well, just so you know. There's that. And here is the journal on the inside. This is one of the pages from Albany Blues. And here's Carolyn's kit. Now what I did here is I used, again, my Spectrum Noir pen to color in the white on the edges. This is one of Lindsay's kits. And it's cute because she had this page, and I'm not quite sure. It's like, I don't remember which kit it is. I use a lot of hers, so I can't remember which one I pulled this from. It was like maybe her garden or trees or something. But it's the Raphael Tuck & Sons, and they made a lot of the postcards back in the day. And I used some of those. There was a book that Lindsay had put out about, she had put out a digital kit with the little kids and painting books. They were like pictures in her Vintage Image Club, I believe. And you'll see me reference those in a minute. But I thought it was a fun add to this book. Here's one of her envelopes. And I've just got some little goodies in here. I don't know that I'll pull everything out, and I'm really bad at putting things in too quick. Not waiting for the glue to dry. This ticket, or this tag, is from Elsie Bell's bookshelf. You'll see a little bit of her work in here too, because it went so well with this whole kit. Now, these pages I got from this book, and I will be having some of these pages in my store as well. So this is Florence Ceramics, and it has all these beautiful Victorian pictures here. So you'll see some of this stuff in my shop there. And but look at this nice little journaling card. I used it as a tuck here. But this is from Carolyn's Craft Tree. I love what she did here with the little string, and again the paper clip and the heart. And it's just really, really sweet. And you can just see how inspiring this kit really was to me. So this is one of Lindsay Zenner's. This is one of Carolyn's Craft Trees. This is a piece of, I cut out this from one of my pages from Albany Blues. And I was so lucky to find some ledger paper. I went to one of our local stores last week, and I hadn't had any ledger paper before, but I found some Denison ledger paper, and I think it's pretty old. The packaging is pretty old. And I'll be having some of this in the shop as well. But it's really cool. Okay, if you want to know, one of the other, this is from the Western Garden book. It's 1995. This is Lindsay Zenner's. Look how cute it is. So it has these little forget-me-nots here, and then it uses, Carolyn has these little forget-me-nots on this envelope here. Look how sweet those are. And Carolyn provides so many pieces of ephemera. This is a little folder that you can cut out. I backed it on coffee dyed paper. This is from some ephemera from my kit. I love this page. It has daffodils on it, and it reminds me of my sister, and I made this page with her in mind, and so that was a lot of fun to do. And so this is Carolyn's page as well. I love the denim. Denim, I've always been a jeans girl, and it's been fun. So in light of wanting to just keep the cover really clean and simple and not having a lot of dangles and stuff. Usually I have dangles and beads on most of mine, but I took, I had some copies of my buttons, and I just went ahead and cut those out and put them on the string. So they're not perfect, but that was sort of a fun, something a little bit different to put there. This is from Carolyn's Craft Tree. This is that other side of the daffodil page on my kit. But if you have not watched any of Carolyn's journals that she's made or looked at her work, she is stunning. I mean, I was watching her videos, and she has incredible craftsmanship she hand sews so many of her covers and so much of her work in her books. And her kits are stunning. And she puts a journal together, and it's just jaw-dropping the amount of work that she puts into it, and just her skill level. I love junk journaling because the casualness of it. I'm not really formal. So even that I made a kit that was a little bit formal, it's probably as formal as you're going to get from me, and you have kids all the way through it. So it's sort of, it's just sort of who I am, but I just love what she has done, and with using the doilies and everything she's done is just so cute. And then she has these playful pieces too that are amazing. So she's got the formality and then the playfulness. And she's got the sweet little kids too. So on this one, I had actually had it on another page, and I was moving things around on the journal, and it tore. So I colored it again with me and my markers, right? They solve everything for me. But this was one of the black and whites, and I think it's one of my favorite images, is because it has that sort of old colored black and white photo look to it. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's one of my favorite images in the book. It's just so pretty. And this is a really, really old music. Oh, well, actually, this is just from my book that I usually use. I have a couple of really old music sheets in here. These were fun, too. So this little grid sheet is like from the 1980s. I stamped it. So I went through before I assembled the book and thought, okay, what type of stamps do I want in the book and how will I want to embellish the journal? So I took some time to do that and stamped different things and knew that they would all go into the journal and tried to coordinate it. I wasn't perfect at stamping everything. You'll see the rose pages, but I wanted to cover, you know, the white pages that I had. I had printed her kit, and but I didn't print on the back side of a lot of the pages, so I had to problem solve for that a little bit. So I didn't have a lot of white pages. So I went ahead and did some stamping for that. So this is, look how pretty these pages are next to each other. And this is her, this is all Carolyn's Craftree. I love just the aged pieces back behind the cabinet card there. And this says geography lesson, and it has, so I picked this set. So Lindsay Zenner has Vintage Image Club, and you can purchase that and use it in your own digitals, you know, as you create things from it. And so I knew this kit would help me finish my kit because it had the blue china in it. And so that was another piece of inspiration. So I love the things in our lives that, if you're like me, there's so many things that inspire you. And they sort of feed off of each other. So here's the little china piece. And then I came across this ephemera piece that seemed to work. And I love the buttons. And so I had put more buttons in the book. Here's the rose stamp that I did that's really subtle. Oh, and this is a green piece of lined paper that I found with the ledger paper. And it is really cool. It's old too. It is Red Form Papyrus, New Jersey, USA. So it had New Jersey in it, which is so perfect for the Albany. Just because it's back east. New England, just in general. This just has a feel of New England, early New England for me. So, let's see. Oh, and then I have this really cool book that has all the flatware. And in one of the pages, the kids are doing dishes, and you've got the china there. And so I've got this silver-plated flatware book, and it has all these amazing pictures of flatware. So some of these will be in my shop as well, in my kits. I assemble kits for you guys to just sort of have fun things to put in your journals. And I'm getting, I just opened my shop July 1st, really formally. So I'll be adding things all month, and things are 20% off there. But really, I wanted to, today's plan is really to highlight Carolyn's work and just how inspirational she was. And I'm so humbled to be a part of her design team. Like, I love this page. I love the doilies. I love how she took, I don't know if this is like a oil paint technique or whatever, for what these images and how they were able to pop up, but I just love it. And one thing that I did throughout the book, and I'll see if I can point it out a little bit more. So along the edges, I used either my Spectra Nior pens, or I used my Vicky Bouton crayons. And I just went around the edges and then use a baby wipe, and it sort of blended in. So you'll see some of them are really clean and some of them are more of this watercolor look. And I like the way that sort of all pulled together. The crayons are better because they don't bleed through the other side where the Spectra Nior pens do. This was another little find that I found when I went to the store, and some of these will be in my shop. Oh, I was talking about that really old piece of paper. This is really heavy. You know, those papers that sort of feel like almost like a leather because they're just so old and so beautiful with the patina. I just love that. So I have a lot of old music sheets that will be in my shop, and those are the ones that are giving, many of those have this feel that is just stunning. I love this page. So the background of this page is one of my own photos, like back here is one of my own photos. And here is like the opposite of the geography page of the kids, and there is a map in the background there, which is cool. And I just love these mix of pages. And this is one of my favorite pages from Carolyn's page, or from her kit. So I love the color of this blue, and these flowers are just stunning. There's a mix of different flowers in the background. It's just a really sweet page. I love it. So this is me attempting to do stamping. I knew I was just making this as a background page, and I was just playing randomly. And so I went ahead and did that, and then I took those crayons again and sort of colored them. And so you still can write on the page, but it's not just a white page there, so that's nice. And I did stamping on some of the garden pages too. This is from a kit that will be coming out. I have a daisy kit that's coming out, and I love that page there. This is really sweet. So I cut out eggs and put them there, and I had the eggs here. And in my kit, there's a picture with little birdies there, but I decided to cut those out. And I love all these kids. This reminds me of family back east, and just all the kids playing together and having a good time, and just really sweet moments. Okay, so this is another one of Carolyn's pieces of ephemera. It's not colored perfectly. I had like made a mistake a little bit there, but it was one of her black and whites, and I was playing with it. And so if you have pens or watercolors and stuff, go ahead and play with things that may print up wrong, black and white, and just see what you can get out of it. That's all I did here. I was trying to mimic her in other color tones, and this, it was just a fun play. So seeing what would work and what wouldn't work. And these are fun. This has nothing to do with New York, but I live in the Pacific Northwest. And I came across a kit called Peninsulapoly. And so I will be having some of this money in my shop as well. This is one of Lindy's pages. This is Caroline's. I was talking about those cute little the Father Tech kit from Lindsay's Vintage Image Club. Look how cute that is. So it was fun to add that to the book. And there's this here. Here's the other side of that just beautiful page of Caroline's. Here is the geography lesson. I have downtown New York here with a rose and a little button. That's fun. And again, this is a picture of, this picture is mine that I just sort of let it fade in the background. I just love the way it looks there with the blues. This is me playing with one of the black and whites. So this is tea time, and I came across, this is in the background here, you'll see when you look, it is a milk, it's like a milk cap, and it was from Water Villette, which is close to Albany, and got some family out there, so it just has personal meaning to me, and it was really cool to pull that together. It made me happy. So look how pretty this is. There's that beautiful Victorian woman that is sort of the main inspiration of Carolyn's kit here. It's just she's just so beautiful. Got some tuck spots there. So I had as you can tell, I had a fabulous time. So you saw that page that I colored. This is actually what it would look like. So here's that beautiful blue, girl in blue, and then she had the pink flowers up here, and again the stamped envelope with the paper clip. And this is this is one of the Albany blues, and so is this one. So these were a lot of fun too. She's doing some needlework there, and this is the opposite of the Fill the Flowers. So this is the father text page. So it just has that sort of that watercolor feel to it with all the flowers. And this is a page in the background that has embroidery designs of flowers, and I added the flowers on top of that. It was just fun. And this one in the background is a picture. It's so cute. It has a postery. So I knew I was going to use a postery fabric for the journal. And there's a little guy here that's looking like he's going to be a doorman. And he's working on his clothes and his shoes and stuff. And my husband works for a shoe shop. So it just made me happy. It's just darling. And made me think of some family too. So very fun. Another one of that old page. Another older, it's not the really old music page, although I do, let's see, it's from my anthology of musical analyst, and it's an older book. Let me see if I have it here. I can show it to you. I might have some of these in the shop as well. Oh, I don't have the year. I think I took out the year. So I'm not sure how old these pages are. But I'm thinking 60s, 70s on my other music pages. Okay. Again, Carolyn's beautiful kit there. So there are so many amazing artists out there who do so many amazing pieces of work. It's so fun to put them together and see what you can come up with. Like this is Lindsay's page, but the bow on it is darling. And then you use an old piece of scrapbook paper and put Carolyn's flowers on top, and it just gives everything a different look. So I hope you enjoyed this flip through of this journal I made inspired by Caroline and her Royal Azure kit. And we have the two of them here. Go ahead and go to her shop and check it out and make a purchase and start working on your beautiful blue journals. Have a little play if you print something up in black and white. Hit the subscribe button and like button, and I will see you guys around. You have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.